Okay, one of the videos that we did was talking all about this serratus anterior, and I'm going to show you my favorite serratus activation and integration exercise. So that serratus is that fan-shaped muscle that kind of looks like the ribs that you can see on people that are really lean or muscular and it's kind of underneath that armpit and shoulder blade. And its job is to really bring that shoulder forward and even help kind of control that whole shoulder blade in concert with some of the other muscles. One of the things that we know from research is we can make it really active with just like a basic protraction punch in 90 degrees, but even more so in 120 degrees. So I like the bear crawl because as soon as Phil gets load on his hands and gets more weight on it by pulling his knees off the ground, everything's loaded. And right now he's probably a little bit over 120, but I know that serratus is working. If it wasn't, his shoulder blade would be boop, winging out. Think about like what a leopard looks like. They just kind of, things stick up. I'm not saying that leopards have weak serratus, but maybe they do. But if that shoulder blade is staying attached to his torso, we're in good shape. And as soon as he does this, his core is on, his triceps firing. You can see this huge thing here. So if we get him in this position, this can be hard enough, but now, Phil, go ahead and take a few steps forward. So that bear crawl is effectively just your hips higher than your shoulders. Good, and now I want you to go backwards. And as he goes backwards, he's really pressing through there. So now he's getting that serratus in concert with like his upper trap and his levator. And even this, since he's not winging up like this down here, that lower trap's working. So all these muscles around the shoulder blade, but specifically that serratus are working plenty hard. Good, come on down, Phil. How'd that feel? Felt good. All right, great. For some people, this can be really tiring. For some people, they'd notice that one arm gets a little bit more tired than the other. But it's really, about putting one arm in front of the other, going forward. But once they go backwards is when things kind of highlight and they go, oh wow, I can feel a difference. Or man, it's so much harder to go backwards. And that's because they really have to drive through that serratus and it has to be doing its job. So we can do all these little isolated exercises, try to kick that thing in, or as soon as I put him in a hands and knees position, lift his knees off the ground, get his butt in the air a little bit, boom, that thing should totally turn on. And so that's about creating the right environment, getting those muscles to turn on. It's probably one of the most simple exercises, but one of the most efficient exercises for turning on that serratus and integrating it into your entire system.